So, as I've been working all day, I've come to a conclusion about something that I'm channeling. Now, if you guys have been with me for a while, you know I don't go live during the full moon. I don't go live during the full moon. I'm not in it, I'm not with it, and I always feel some type of way about it. So, let me just lay out some ground rules right now, okay? If this is not your message, this message is geared towards those that are chosen, and you know that you're chosen for a certain industry or maybe even a couple. So I am not going to put up with any BS. And that is for any live stream that I do during the full moon. I will block you before you can blink your eyes. Everybody has been warned, especially if you're in here and it's not your jam, it's not your message. Don't sit in here and ruin it for everybody else. You feel me? Okay. But besides that, how are you guys doing? How's this full moon treating you? I'm sure you are so sick of crappy people today. I just bet you freaking are. Hi, guys. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Martin. Yeah, I felt strongly guided to do a live stream for you guys today. I will try not to be on here too long because I just want to get to the point. And you guys know that I have to amp up the restrictions on the live chat when it's full moon because people just be out here doing the most and I'm not in the mood. Okay? I'm working 17 hours today. I'm not in the mood. It's one of those. I know, and it's Friday the 13th. But I've gotten this message for you guys before, but not in a very, very long time. Like maybe a year, maybe longer. Um, you're going to be seeing over the course of the next 48 hours people that are very triggered by you. They have a natural trigger response, and then they try to backpedal the response. And you are already going through your own internal battle of negative thoughts and things that you're working through. So you're really just laughing it off or, trying to, because now you see these people. The people that are not supposed to be around you or the people that need to really tell on themselves right now will be, in fact, telling on themselves. Okay? They will be, in fact, telling on themselves. Because I don't know, it's you guys need to protect yourself in that way from people that are extremely triggered. And it's also to help you because you were chosen for something. Okay, God chose you to take over. The Most High chose you to take over an industry. Because if you guys saw the original title, I had people are bored. People are bored and they're unhappy with their life. Most of them, not all of them, but there's a lot of people that are unhappy with their life, and who you need to shield yourself from, those people will make themselves known, whether they're big or small in your life or in the scheme of things. You're going to be seeing this little theme of, oh, that little backhanded, they don't really like me that much. Oh, that little effery that they just threw my way, they don't really like me that much. People want to overcompensate or they want to beat you to the punch. They want to assume that they know what you're doing or what you're thinking. They want to assume that they know things about your life, and they want to assume that they know what's important to you. And it could not be further from the case, especially with your enemies right now. You have started a revolution, and negativity is trying to pull you back to the dark side in every sense of the word. Negativity is trying to dominate you, and you're really having to amp up your light on 10. You're really having to put your savage mode on 10 because, I don't know, you're just going to have to make the change and release your guilt about, not effing with certain people, cutting certain people off, ghosting certain people, whatever the case may be. You are starting to see that if some people could censor you, Shots fired. That is a Harley. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that is a Harley. There are some people that really want to overcompensate because they really don't like the fact that you're just shining and that you're unbothered by the fact that they might even have a position of power. Okay? Some of these people could have been your peers. So let's say Sally Lou Who and Becky Sue, they were your peers at one point. Okay, let's talk about your 9 to 5. And at your 9 to 5, you're like, you might have a lot of seniority. Yeah, bestie. You might have a lot of seniority there. But at the same time, everybody else wants to fight for this power that you don't want. You're not trying to rise to the top of their food chain. You are trying to rise to a whole nother life. Okay? You guys are trying to rise to a completely different life. So maybe back in the day when you started at this job, maybe that would have been something you would have been interested in. But now you couldn't care less. So maybe these people are now in a position of power and they want to kind of just ever so slightly flex on you. People are really wanting to flex on you in a high key way, and then they see that you're unbothered, so they shift it back into like third gear. I don't know. I can't drive stick, so you guys know what I'm talking about though. Okay? And I don't know. It's just weird. There's going to be some very weird and unusual boasting with people that you don't care about. Okay. Sorry, I'm messing with my hair. I've been bartending all day, so I'm like a sticky mess. So I was like, let me just put a hat on. Let me just do that. Okay. Natasha's World, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Hi. Okay. So there were people that thought as they were climbing onward and upward, I don't know, a lot of these people, they wanted to be at the top of the food chain. And they really wanted to see you at the bottom of the food chain. Because they thought a way to stick it to you was having this power that they probably don't even enjoy. And there's a reason why you haven't taken these positions either. Because that is not what you are called to. That is not what you are called to. Hi, Kyrie. You guys are seeing like I got other things going on that you're working on. And because you have so many different projects going, so many talents and so many abilities, these people are like, well, I finally got the power and now I can stick it to them. Why isn't it working? Because you don't care. Because you don't care. You don't care. They're like, how come it looks like they got a whole table prepared? They're doing just fine. It's because you're starting a revolution outside of this job. You couldn't care less. Street bikes. Confirmation. You couldn't care less. You really couldn't. You, to them, seem defiant. And you could be very obedient at your job. Like you play by the rules. You're very cordial, cutesy, very demure, whatever. You guys play by the rules there because you, again, don't care. But you also show people, like, don't get comfortable. I'm really good at what I do. You could dominate several industries, bestie. You could dominate several industries. And this is why people are intimidated of you, because it's just whichever one you choose. It's whatever one you're guided to. You don't have to. So people are always scared, like, are they going to take this industry? Or are they going to take that one over there? Are they going to take over my industry? Or are they going to just do something else? People are praying that you have freaking hobbies, but you're a very private person, so you don't be telling people what you're up to. You are a very private person, so you do not tell people what you're up to. But what is going on in the ethers right now is you are being chosen to take over something that maybe you didn't think you'd be taking over. Maybe you didn't think you'd be dominating in. Maybe you didn't even think you were needed in. And God is showing you, people are bored over here. I feel like people are getting very bored with spirituality or bored with self-improvement. Oh my gosh, now I'm hearing an airplane. You are clear for takeoff. You are clear to land. You are ready to soar and reach new heights. You guys show people that a way of life, a lifestyle, spirituality, being connected to God, the universe, Mother Earth, it doesn't have to be boring. Because I feel like a couple of years ago it was very like fun and vibrant, and now I feel like all of those people that were at the top of the totem pole as influencers, for instance, or example, or an example, is they're going through stuff, okay? They've gone through divorces and moving and, high highs and low lows. And so now it's time for a new batch to come rolling through. You feel me? You are chosen to take over an industry until you're ready to pass the torch. You guys are being chosen to take over an industry until you are ready to pass the torch. So things that you could be second guessing right now, you're trying to get more rest. You're trying to find more balance. You're also being gifted clarity right now. You guys could have watched my message I just posted where you're about to experience things you haven't really experienced before. You're about to be given support you have not really experienced before. So this means your soulmates, your soul tribe. And if you are connected to this message, and you definitely need to watch that one, because that one will be your part one of the clarity that you're receiving, the downloads, the messages, and how you're feeling about the answers that you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for certain things that you've been concerned about, you've been waiting to see clearly, and that's what that message is about. So you guys can check out the one before this, the one that was posted yesterday. But you guys feel shackled to certain ways of doing things, and you guys are currently breaking those chains. So the devil's really trying to tempt you with, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you were chosen to take over that industry? Are you sure those are the right answers to the things that you were concerned about? Are you sure that that's how you started a revolution? Are you sure you should have just cut those people off? Like, there's a lot of guilt that you're having to release. There's a lot of balance that you're restoring that's trying to get messed with. Your strength is being tested. Your intuition is being tested. And I feel like this is being amplified as well because your money is shifting. You guys are officially in spiritual recovery and financial recovery. A lot of you guys are going to be coming out of debt in the next couple of months. And within the next couple of days, you are going to feel better about reclaiming your power. So I don't get timelines specifically very often, but when I do, it comes through strong. Within a few days, you are going to have answers to certain things that were concerning you, whether it was staying with a person that you're dating or married to, eating certain things, a new lifestyle, moving somewhere, whatever you were concerned about. Within a few days, you will see how it develops and you will feel better about it, or you will have, you will see clearly. You are entering new territory, and your clairvoyant or clairaudient, your clairs and your other abilities are needed in this industry or are needed on social media. But right now, you're going through your own lifestyle shift, which is also going to be a key component to taking over said industry. So right now, you could be really going through some things that feel really turbulent, and you're like, why the frick am I going through this? And it is because it is going to be the sprinkles on top, the cherry on top, to you feeling confident in this lifestyle. Feeling confident as you take over this industry. You are being given the resilience to take over the industry until you're ready to pass the torch. So that's what's being built right now. Your confidence is being built, rebuilt, and rebooted from the feet up. Affirm it below. I am ready for the reboot. Yes, I am. I am ready for the reboot from the feet up. So some of you guys are getting really into working out. Maybe you're going to be going to the doctor more, going to counseling, putting certain substances away. There are big moves that you are making that are lifestyle changes to you. And this is to show you, no, you don't have to be in pain and be without and feel like you'll never have these things again or a certain way of living. This is to show you I am giving you the cosmic blueprint to having confidence from the feet up, I can't even speak, to rebuilding your confidence. So your confidence is getting a reboot, because I feel like a lot of you guys are really good at keeping things surface level, and God is showing you where you can't keep things surface level internally anymore. You can't keep it real cutesy and demure with your health. You can't keep it real cutesy and demure with the people that are around you 24/7. They're either staying or they're going. Whatever lifestyle changes you are going through, you are going to see how this is for your betterment. My life got immediately worse when I cut off certain people that were toxic to my life, especially family members. But even though it got worse, it was only getting worse so I could really remove myself from the situation. So I cut off my family. I had to start over from scratch financially. I had to move. I had to go through this whole upheaval. And then I lost family members and pets. And it was a rough time. But it catapulted me into my spiritual awakening. And then I started my channel. If I had been still glued to those family members, still at that, living in that city, if I had still been working at that other job, these things wouldn't be able to come into play. I wouldn't be here. Harley. You guys, if you hear the motorcycles when I call them out for confirmation, drop your motorcycles down below, because I really hope you can hear it. I really hope you guys can hear it. So I say that to say this. You guys are making necessary changes, and you know that you're not being pushed towards this for nothing, but it's still frustrating. You're not like, I don't want to go through all that change. It's like having to cut your hair when you don't want to cut your hair. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's say you got gum in your hair and God's like, you got to cut it. And you're like, I'm not cutting it. Are you crazy? We'll just do this. And God's like, no, but you have to. It's kind of like that. You're cutting out the ick. Wherever there is some ick, it's not going with you, bestie. It's not going with you for this takeover. You guys heard it? Yay, I'm so excited. I get so excited when you guys can hear what I hear, because I'm already channeling so much in this brain that when you guys hear the confirmations, I'm like, yes. And you guys are showing people I will make the changes that are necessary. People could really think like, oh, they're two-faced, they're so fake, because they told me they were never going to leave me. They told me they were always going to be around. And this is how people are thinking about you right now, people that you just let go of. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they really let me go. Well, you are starting a revolution. You don't care if they're calling you two-faced. You don't care if they're still complaining about you. You don't care. You really don't care. God is showing us where there are cobwebs on certain areas of our life. There could be cobwebs on activities and exercise and having adventure. Just for an example. So God's like, we got to clean house. We got to get rid of Becky Sue that's always doing this. We got to get rid of that narcissistic mom. We've got to think about leaving this really bad toxic job. We have to think about leaving these things because we are going to knock the cobwebs off of adventure, spontaneity, grounding, exercise, health, eating well, resting more. The devil is trying to pull you to the dark side. Like, I got ice cream and cookies. How do you like me now? and you feel like you're in this tug of war. Some of you guys feel like you are in a tug of war because you know you're doing good and you're holding it together, but if you weren't feeling like pulled this way to a way that you really don't want to be pulled, you know this is why you are getting it up out of the mud, and you're going to make the changes necessary because you don't want to even be tempted like that. So let's say devil energy is trying to tempt you with the cookies and the ice cream. You're like, what vitamins do I need? What vitamins do I need? Riddle me what? What lifestyle changes do I need? Riddle me who? Because I am not going to be tempted. I'm just not. Thank you, love, for your donation. You are letting go of certain versions of yourself. This version of yourself that liked to chill after work and not go to the gym. This version of yourself that didn't like eating well, that liked eating fast food. This version of yourself that worked 4 days a week but partied 3 days a week. This version of yourself that dealt with toxic family and put their needs above their own. Whatever those things are, I'm just giving you guys some examples. Whatever those things are, you are getting ready for the fight of your life. Because you are meant to dominate said industry. This is why your resilience has been being built over time. You have been becoming resilient to being persecuted. You're like, oh, they hate me. I care not. People trying to rewrite your history. You're like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. People constantly trying to change your narrative and limit your freedom. You're like, I know all about that. I could write a whole freaking song, an album. But the way that you are about to shift into declaring your sovereignty, expressing your newfound truth, is so you can do it with a really clear mind. I'm seeing you guys get more sleep, do more activities, whether that's exercising or just things that are really good for your mental health. I'm seeing you guys notice, okay, all of this is going to make me feel incredibly amazing. So when I do take these things head on, I feel really strong and I feel confident in myself because you're getting ready to break free. We got to hunker down until we can actually break free, but you are going to be on a steady climb upwards. Prepare to surprise yourself. You are busting through chains, okay? You're breaking chains, you're busting through limiting beliefs, and God is going to show you where you're going from the pit to the palace, because this whole year could have felt like this. Confirmation. This whole year could have felt like this. Oh my gosh, I'm limping, and I'm tired, and I'm hungry, and this is, like, this could have been 2024 for you, okay? Or whenever you are watching this message. But you are going from that to coming out of debt, financial recovery. There are so many burdens being lifted off of you because of who you have cut off and who you don't mess with anymore. And because your intentions are clear, you are being rewarded times 10. Affirm it below. I am in spiritual recovery, I am in financial recovery, and I am being rewarded times 10. You're going from busted, dusted, and on the side of the road to, okay, I gotta climb over this mountain, I see, to the 10 of Pentacles. That's a big deal. And it's because through feeling like this, you still pushed through. Through feeling like this, you still started a revolution. People love being around you, even on your worst day. Okay, I'm sure there's some live streams where I'm real grumpy, and people are like, I love her, let me just put her in my pocket. But I'm like, oh, I could definitely tell I was feeling some type of way that day, but I had some messages to channel. You feel me? And you are not going to be limited. You are not going to conform. You pushed through certain things that were very hard that would take other people out. Would just take them out. They'd be lying on the floor like, I fainted. I don't know what happened. I bumped my head. I can't deal. You are learning to unplug more. You know what I love about this energy, bestie? I have never seen you enjoy some of these things so much. I get it. Thank you, Spirit. You guys have a newfound appreciation for these things. So whatever little health scare or love scare or job scare you guys just had, you have a newfound appreciation for the yoga, for the Pilates, for the running, the walking, the exercising, for the breath work, for the counseling, for the sobriety, for the support that's coming in. You have a newfound appreciation for being able to unplug and relax and do what you want. And you're rebuilding. You are ready for the 2.0 reboot. You are ready for the 2.0 reboot of you being able to take over said industry. I'm telling you, there was a wave of people that were in this industry that changed the game or they set up the game, but you guys know how to stay on your A game longer through the spiritual attacks, through the bullies. God and the Most High has been preparing you over and over and over again, because you could be feeling like, hello, I'm running out of band-aids and I feel like this lesson is a little bit redundant. It's a little bit monotonous. It's a little bit repetitive. And now you're seeing why. Because no one's going to do this like you. That's why you were chosen to take over this industry. Now, as others before you have laid out the groundwork, what did I tell you guys earlier this week? I think I said it in the last live stream. You guys have a way of learning from other people's mistakes. You guys have a way of seeing the algorithm. You're like in the matrix and you see all the numbers, you see all the codes, you see the mistakes that other people made, and you're like, I'm not going to make those mistakes. Because you know that you know, good and well, could make a lot of mistakes on your own. So if people before you laid a path of making mistakes, where they didn't protect themselves, or they trusted too many people, or where they enjoyed instant gratification, or thought that they were always going to be on this high, you guys know all about the low lows. You guys know how to maintain stability. You guys are a part of a special force, a special op, a special team. You're not regular. You're not schmegular. You're not even one of a kind. You're one in a million. You are one in a million. You are going to be setting fire to the industry that you're in. And people are going to see you as iconic, a visionary. Like, oh my gosh, they're so ruthless. They're so savage. They're so sexy and energetic and confident. Like, oh my gosh, they're so intuitive. You are the 2.0. You are the reboot. Yeah, others before you laid the groundwork, but you will continuously be a trendsetter over and over and over again, because you pivot. You guys get bored easily. Therefore, you don't want other people to be bored, my light workers. You guys get bored easily. So you're like, if I'm bored and I get bored every 30 seconds, they're bored. And I don't want the people in my industry being bored. I don't want them yawning. I don't want them asleep. You feel me? And you can see that happening in the industry that you're in. You're like, oh, nobody's listening to them. Yeah, they were it once upon a time, and I commend them because they paved the way. But at the same time, they got to spruce it up. They got to spice it up a little bit. That's where you come in, bestie, because you are the dragon. You know how to fly low, and you know how to fly high. You know how to protect yourself. You know how to bring out the shield, the cloak of invisibility. I got the chills. You guys are the Dark Knight Rising. You could go through a whole sad little moment and be like, oh yeah, my life is ruined. And then you pick it right back up. Because you cannot be in a pity party for too long. And that's okay. We all need them sometimes. We all need like a want reboot. where we're feeling sorry for ourselves, or we're like, oh, I give up, I can't. And then you remember, oh yeah, if I don't do this, ain't nobody gonna be doing it like me. And this is my calling. Hello, this is your calling. You are the clear solution. You are going to send out this frequency that is going to reboot others as angelic seers. You are like the plug. You need the plug so everybody else can maneuver. Otherwise, if you're unplugged, everyone's like little mannequins. They're not moving. Their heads are down. Okay? And you need to release your guilt that you are going through certain things and you're not ready. Every move you're making is inspirational. You guys do things that most people would just say, give me the body bag. I'm done here. That's why you're special ops. That's why you're special forces. You guys do most things and you see it, even though it's challenging, you see that there's a clear solution. It's ready, set, go. Not leaving till I'm done. Not giving up. That ain't in my DNA. Most people would say, I'm good. 2 seconds of that, give me the body bag. I'm over it. I'm done with Earth now. People have done a lot to gossip, meddle, smear, make you conform, trying to force you to compete, and you only see yourself as competition. You don't see these other people as competition. You're like, oh, okay, I liked what I was doing last month. I like that. But I'm going to top that. I'm going to do way better. You don't see these mother effers. You don't see them. Hardly ever will you actually tune in to what your enemies are doing. Hardly ever. And if anything, if you do tune in, it's to make sure that you're not boring, to make sure that you're not the want. Bestie, you get bored easily for a reason. Your personality changes every 30 seconds, every 2 hours for a reason. You guys are going to help keep the collective on their toes and on their A game. A lot of the people that might even be surpassing you, they still, doesn't mean that they have the longevity. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that they have the longevity. You can see that they will run out of steam. There's a reason why you had to take the scenic route. There's a reason why you had to go through the school of hard knocks. There's a reason you had to do that. And even though you might feel like some people are surpassing you in different ways, that doesn't mean they're going to have it forever. And whoever I'm speaking to, you're going to create a legacy. You are going to create your 10 of Pentacles, your money's money, your family's money, their money, your little dog's money, okay? Your little dog's Birkin. And yeah, people are just, hold on guys. People are seeing that you don't see them. They're like, I'm in their arena. Do they see me? You're aware of them, but you don't focus on them. You are aware of them, but you don't give them the time of day. Let me give you guys an example. Say you guys were on social media, right? And let's say your algorithm or your niche is fitness, right? Let's say you guys are on social media doing fitness. You're looking at fitness stuff. You're looking for inspiration. You're always coming up with new ideas. But what's going to pop up in your algorithm if you're looking at that? More creators that are in fitness. So as soon as you see one that is a possible contender, you're going to mute them. You're going to remove them. Don't recommend them to me, or however you guys deal with it, because you only want to see What you are doing is positivity, and you will only take, their shortcomings as a way to evolve. And if you have locked into anything that some of these people are doing, you might take some of the good things that they do and evolve that, but you really, really try not to dip into the piers of your arena's pond. You feel me? You're like, you know how to pull yourself back. Like, oh, I wanted to like them because you know that the devil can trap you there. So let's say you found a fitness creator that you really like, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm fangirling, I'm fanboying, I love them. But you also know that this can be used as a form of a distraction. Because say they want to be besties with you, and then you guys have a bestie breakup, and then your collab goes left, and you guys have a deal with no contract, and there's all types of ways that could distract you. So you guys are really good at seeing, yes, I appreciate what they do and I respect what they do, but I know that it's very competitive. It's very dog eat dog in the arena that you're in. Whether it's social media, the spiritual community, it's very dog eat dog, and your arena is oversaturated. You couldn't stand anything that's like, I don't know, you've been tuning out and de-influencing from a lot of people because you're just bored. And you're not trying to be mean. You might be praying for them. Like, hey, I'm praying for them to evolve and get it up out of the mud. But until then, let me tune in to what I'm doing or focus on what I'm doing. You are the person of fire. You are the person of vision. You are the catalyst for change. You guys show people, I know you think you're just going to be living at your mom's forever. I know you think you're going to be sleeping on your dad's couch forever. I know you think you're never going to get a car. You guys show people that you can be courageous. You can still have a corner of the internet, even from your mom's couch. That's the type of inspiration that you guys give people, and that's why you are chosen to take over said industry. Because other people that are competitive with you, they're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about when they were on their mom's couch, okay? They're not going to talk about, like, you guys have been there, done that. So you guys show people, like, hey, you can do this too, because I was not far behind you. I was not far behind you. So again, within a couple of days, you guys are going to be getting answers to things that were really concerning you, things that were really like snagging your timeline. And you're like, I'm not really trying to be hung up on this and worried, but it is a concern. Your priorities are shifting and you're about to really surprise yourself. Again, unplugging, going to the gym, working out, things that you normally don't F's with. Maybe you are always running on 10, always running on 1,000, and you are seeing like, okay, I need to chill. I'm in this for the long run. I'm starting a revolution. I don't want to just preach it. I want to be it. I don't want to be the type of person that's like, do as I say, not as I do, or to be caught slipping on the things. We all know influencers like this, for example. We all know influencers that preach, don't let him treat you that way, girl. Don't let him talk to you that way, bestie. All these things, right? They preach, preach, preach. And then what are they in? A dusted, busted relationship that they don't talk about. So you guys give things a genuine spin. And that's why a lot of people need you right now. People need you right now because they are bored with the industry that they are in. This is like the beauty industry, okay? There's certain industries that have taken a turn. The beauty industry after there were Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson and all of these influencers, right? Jaclyn Hill. And then it kind of fizzled out. And then here came Michaela, and then Jeffree Star came back. And do you know what I mean? You are part of the reboot, but you have the longevity. Same thing with the spiritual community. Like, there are waves, but you are going to be the one that can surf every freaking wave fearlessly. You're going to be able to command the room, command the sky. And that's why a lot of people are trying to low-key trip you up on things that don't matter to you. And this is why you're laughing. They're trying to trip you up on, oh, I don't really feel like you're relevant, or I don't really feel like what you're saying is important, or, oh, is that a hobby? You're going to see people either silently try to overcompensate when you're around, or you're going to be seeing people say weird things that are backhanded to you. And this is to show you stay on path. You were built for this, you were made for this, and you are breaking free. You will be able to take care of yourself. You will be able to take care of yourself. You know what you guys are? It's like that song that you love that never gets old. Never. And every time you hear that song, you gotta get up, you gotta dance, you gotta shake it, you gotta do the things, okay? I have a couple of songs that like, I just love. I just love. Even if I don't like the artist anymore, I'm like, but this is my song. You guys are that song. You guys are that track that people can't live without. People need you right now. You breathe life, influence, sovereignty, power, love, light, authenticity. You breathe so much into people where they're like, oh my gosh, when they're on the TV or when they're on social media or when they're at work or the work arena, I have to be present. Okay, I have to be present. I'm also seeing you guys tune into music a little bit more right now. Maybe songs you haven't heard in a while. Maybe you're just going to have your device play music and you're going to channel messages that way. This is one of my favorite ways to channel messages is listening to music. And I feel like some of you guys are going from this party monster or this very social butterfly to creating waves in a different way. What else was I hearing for you guys when I was listening to music today? I heard the song Party Monster by The Weeknd. What other song did I hear? I heard some songs from like 50 Shades of Grey. I'll share some songs with you guys in the community tab. But either way, people are seeing you as this pillar of light, like, oh my gosh, like that's my jam. Like people get geeked up and gassed up and excited. I want to get into something that you are not needing to defend anymore. Or maybe this is somebody that you're not taking any more crap off of. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Spirit. There are some people in your life that those relationships are on lock, but you guys might be an overdoer and an overgiver. You are definitely the Empress. But at the same time, you are starting to see where you need to have your authority on lock. You've been learning how to receive. You've been learning how to feel abundant. And then others of you have been struggling with this. So as you're working on this Empress behavior, you're telling people, oh, you're not fighting with me. You're not talking to me crazy. You better talk to me nice. There are people around you that are loved ones and they are going through something or they're going through things where they don't know how to voice that and they don't know how to explain it. It could be a child, a niece, a nephew, a cousin. It could be the person you're dating or the person that you live with. They're seeing a change in you because you've got all these new things that you're doing. You're changing your health. You're changing your lifestyle. You're changing your fitness. You're changing. You're putting your foot down. You're pushing on the gas less. You're taking support. And you are taking 0 to no flack off the people that you love that love testing it. Like, can I, let me, and you're not accepting that. You're not accepting that anymore because it robs you of your peace. Them pestering you and asking. This is like when your children are on winter break and every day they're saying they're bored. Every day. Okay? Every day they're saying they're bored. These people are impressed with your goals, but they're not necessarily knowing how to navigate what they want to change in their life. They could be feeling a little overwhelmed. That part isn't for everybody, but it's for some of you, where you have loved ones that are like, whoa, I wish my mom did that. I wish my dad did that. I wish my person I was dating did that. Do you know what I mean? They're wishing that, I don't know how to explain it, but they're wishing that they had more of that, but they don't maybe know how to say it to you. They don't know how to express it, or they want to do those things themselves, but they don't know where to start. Okay, so again, that's going to be for some of you guys. Keeping it private. And then triggered. Okay, keeping it private and triggered. Whatever industry you're in, you will have to be private. I don't know if this is going to make sense. I'm sure it'll make sense, especially for those of you that are content creators and on social media. You can have social media and still be private. Okay, like for me, for instance, I don't run an Instagram anymore. Those of you that have me on Instagram, you're the last. Okay, I have like 200-300 of you guys on Instagram, and I decided, no, I want to keep some of my life private. So I will run TikTok, I will run Patreon, members only, and YouTube, but I will not do Instagram, so I can have my family and my life be separate. Do you know what I mean? So you guys are learning how to, even though you might want to explode and be like, oh my gosh, guess what, guys? You are learning the fine line of, okay, let me keep these things sacred and these things over here, so people aren't always plugging in their 2 cents, and let me have this over here that's for the public. You feel me? So you're learning that, or you're healing from the fact that you've had to do things a certain way. Some people might not like it. They might not like the fact that you have gone private. They might not like the fact that you have fallen off the social media grid in ways that they could stalk you. But it is what it is, and they have no choice but to respect it. They have no choice but to respect it. Okay, we have doing the most. You guys are going to have some parasitic energy trying to fly under your radar. It will never last long. You guys are not going to be getting triggered at this time by people that try to ruin your limelight. If anything, when you guys are in the spotlight and you guys are doing certain things, it's going to show people who's parasitic. And it's going to show them where the light is, where the clear solution is. So you're going to let some people bury themselves. You're going to let them dig the hole. You're going to watch them dig the hole a little bit and just see how far they go. You might just give them just enough rope. You feel me? People know that you have a royal type of anger. I tell you guys this all the time. And the parasites, they feel like they would love if they got this. They would love it, and you would never. You would never. You save that for a real one. You save that for a family member. You save that for somebody that you care about, not somebody that's literally minuscule and irrelevant. Okay? But some people are very intimidated by your 0 Fs. You're looking up in the sky. You're like, I ain't got none of those. None of those. None of those to give. And it's also going to show people when People are trying to upstage you, and they're trying to undermine you, and they're trying to be backhanded in their own way. They're trying to act very important. And you guys see this. You're like, I'm not pressed. You look tired and bored. So I'm just going to ignore you. You're going to be getting a lot of energy warnings. They're going to come in different forms. Some of it's going to come through social media. Some of it's going to come through your job. Some of it's going to be with family members. You're just going to know when to shift, when to pivot, when to block, when to delete, and when to move forward. Because people are mad at how you are rebooting. Just to show they were never really happy for you from Jump Street. Yeah, Sunny D, leave a message. Just to show that they're irrelevant. You feel me? They are irrelevant, and they just need to leave a message because you don't care. And you won't even listen to the message. You won't even listen to the message. You guys are definitely dealing with toxic trolls. They're showing that they're wounded, that they haven't healed. Now, this is specifically for those of you that are on social media because you guys are dealing with that a lot. Again, if you were chosen for this industry, you're dealing with people acting like ashtrays, trying to act like they're cookies. You feel me? They're like, I'm not a whole ass ashtray. I'm of the light. Then you wouldn't be acting like a dirty ashtray, now would you? Okay? You are not rolling around with the piglets and the heathens and the demons. You guys are seeing where people are being very shady and they're a conflict of interest. You feel me? So people are going to try to sing you a different song. They're going to try to sing you a different narrative. They're going to try to sing you a different story. And you're going to say, you know what? It doesn't matter. They're showing me this. So this is a conflict of interest. I'm done. I rebuke, I denounce, I shut down, I cancel, I block, delete, repeat, control, alt, delete, all the things. You feel me? So the block party is beginning in a very different way. Happening now. Happening now. The energy warnings that you are getting are happening now. These people are like, come on, fight me off with a stick. Come on, let's do it. Would the Empress ever roll around in the pig pen with the heathens? If they're so busy trying to take your shine and your spotlight, what have they worked on? What are they doing? They need a hobby. They need to join a sewing circle because I, for instance, would never, while somebody is like giving a motivational speech or a pep talk or a coach's talk, be like, oh, this is my opportunity while they're talking to put in my 5 cents, my 8 cents, my 10 cents. That would make me look ridiculous. But here we are, and trolls are doing it every day. Every day. Acting like they're important. And you guys are starting to see a better way to deal with them. Whether you guys are on social media and getting a lot of negative comments, you guys could have watched my last 2 messages about people getting upset when you post. They're like, oh my gosh, they're posting online. Let me go troll them. Let me go stalk them. Let me try to stir up some conflict. Let me try to get people arguing in the comments. Conflict of interest. That is who you're getting rid of. That is who you're getting rid of. You guys, the track record proves that you have the receipts and they are the kerosene. You are the match. They are the kerosene and you are the match. And then it goes boom and then they turn to dust. They turn to dust. Again, I'm going to keep telling you guys this. Double energy doesn't want you to see your value. Doesn't want you to break these chains. Doesn't want you to make these lifestyle changes. Doesn't want you to just do this reboot, this 2.0 reboot. Hold on, guys. And you guys are starting to see that you have a lot of desires The new desires that you guys have, you're going to start tapping into where you want to shift your priorities. Like, let's say you do all work and no play. You're trying to figure out how to have more play. Let's say you love your person to bits, but you don't make time for intimacy or being vulnerable or quality time or acts of service. And you're going to start doing that. You're really trying to be mindful of the fact that we're not promised tomorrow. What if you weren't here tomorrow? What if they weren't here tomorrow? And this is the way you're going to start thinking. The devil will always be playing and frolicking and skipping and doing some weird shit, okay? They'll always be weird. The lingo, the narrative, the verbiage will always be weird, okay? That's how you'll know how to clear it out. It won't make sense, and you'll just know, boom, it's undermining me. It's a conflict of interest. I block it. But others of you are seeing where you've been hiding from feeling too much love or feeling too much passion, especially if it has to do with connecting with others. This is something that you're working on. So you are not going to let other people distract you. You are not going to let other people distract you. We have slow down and celebrate yourself. Okay? Anything not of the light or the divine plan is no longer welcome here and must leave immediately. This train is moving, but it doesn't have to speed. You are seeing where, okay, I want to slow down and enjoy that. I want to celebrate myself. I want to do more. I'm seeing that certain things that you are cutting out of your life are actually giving you more energy. You guys could have just cut caffeine, alcohol, weed. There's all types of things that you just could have cut out of your life, and whatever it is, because each and every one of you are different, and we're not judging here, okay? We're not judging what substances and what medications and what things you should or shouldn't be doing. That's not what I'm here for. Street bike. Confirmation. That was like faint off into the distance. You guys are seeing where, oh, these things are giving me more energy. Now I have more energy for the reboot. Now I feel more confident to, maybe you're realizing some of these things are making you moody. They were making you irritable or tired or feel some type of way. And sometimes we don't like to give credit to that. You know, sometimes we'll drink a bunch of caffeine because it'll suppress our appetite, and then we're not like out here eating everything in the world. But now you're starting to maybe see, for example, okay, I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to eat healthier, and I'm just going to let that be what it is. And it's showing you that you have way more in the hopper than you ever realized. This is like thinking, oh, I couldn't do it without coffee. I couldn't do it without caffeine. But you can, and you are. And you will actually go further. I realize as every time I go on a detox and every time I go on a cleanse from Red Bull and coffee, like right now I'm on a Red Bull and coffee cleanse. Haven't had it, don't need it, and I have more energy. But sometimes it's nice to, like, you know, not try, if you don't have time to snack all the time. Do you know what I mean? But for example, you could be realizing, whoa, I have way more energy when I go to the gym. I have way more energy when I don't drink coffee. I have way more energy and my stress levels are down. So each and every one of you are doing things in different ways, whether it's smoking or eating a certain way or hanging out with certain people that you know are really toxic. You are ready to refine. You are ready to cultivate. Life is precious around the people that you love. Yeah, amen. The dang weed. Yeah, whatever you guys are trying to refine, you're seeing like, okay, it's not easy, but I'm ready. And that's the best way to do things is when you're ready to infuse, when you're ready to purify, when you're ready to make this development, when you're ready to filter it and draw it out and remove the spirits, when you're ready, that is the best way. Because it's hard when you're being forced and you guys are not, you're like, I don't want to be forced. I want to do this because, and some things you might feel like you're being pressured to because of like things that are going on with your health. But for other things that are going on in your life, you're like, okay, because this one thing got forced, I'm going to make sure all these things are right. Does that make sense? Like maybe you had to make certain changes with your children because they weren't responding from going back and forth between mom and dad's or being separated. So you're like, okay, I have to fix this because they're not responding well. Let me make sure everything else is good because I don't need all these freaking problems. Say you guys had a health scare. You're like, oh, because I felt that pressure right there, let me fix that and let me move all these things around because I'm not about to get bent the F over. You feel me? Wow. That flew. You guys could be a Leo, sun, moon, or rising. You don't have to be, but it's very strong in this message. You are finally getting the balance that feels good for you. You are finally learning what it means to you to feel satisfied and to not really be wanting more, to just know that I am supported, I am enough, and everything's good. You are learning not to resist, and you are defying the odds, you are defying gravity, and you are in a continuous flow. And I love that for you guys. You are in a continuous flow. You are getting a new perspective. All of these roads that you've been going down, they lead to a new perspective. One, because you were chosen for this industry. And in 1 to 3 months, you're going to be in that industry. For those of you that have already been on this path. And then for those of you where you're like, oh, I'm just learning about what my purpose is. In 1 to 3 months, you will have started it. Okay, so there's 2 groups of you. 1 to 3 months, you will have started your purpose. Those of you that have already started it, in 1 to 3 months, you will be seeing some serious changes if you are already not feeling that you will be coming out of debt. Okay, if you don't feel like you're climbing up out of debt right now, it's going to be 1 to 3 months. For those of you that have been climbing out of debt, you're going to feel that in the next 48 hours. You're going to be seeing money thrown at you, money shifting, you having more energy for work, and having that desire for rest, having that desire for like, oh, you know what? I want to go running today, or I want to go jogging, or I want to go walking. And it's beautiful. Like you're really wanting to enjoy life in every way possible. You are slowing down to enjoy this feast, to enjoy this happily ever after. Okay, anything else? So as you guys are going on this ascension, you are releasing a lot of depression, sadness, and anxiety. I'm seeing you guys with this new lifestyle change, again, really surprise yourself like, oh, I'm realizing what vitamins I'm deficient in. I'm realizing what beauty routines I want to start. You're having so many realizations, and instead of like dreading it, being like, oh, why would I want to do that? You're like, I'm really excited to do that because I know it's going to make me feel better. You know? Oops. Because you know that it's going to make you feel good. Okay? It's like not ever caring about your vitamins, having a health scare, having some issues, and seeing, oh, I give a bunch of F's about my vitamins, and now I want to make sure that I have them all and I'm taking them correctly and I'm feeling well. You are really caring about your health and wellness right now. And this last month could have been feeling very secluded because you maybe didn't want to share things that were going on with you. You felt very closed off or very kept apart or separated or disconnected because Maybe everyone's normally like, or used to seeing you like, rah, go, 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 go. But you've been down, 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 down. And you're like, well, I can't share that. I'm always the tough one. I'm always the one that like takes care of everything. So I can't just be down. And you're like, F that. I'm the empress. And sometimes I'm not okay. Sometimes I am not well. And so I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me. Okay, let's see if we get anything else for your guys's. Magical clearing space. This is like liking your space really clean and pure and pristine. And the devil's going to try to throw every bag of dust your way. You are going to have the Swiffers ready, the dusters ready, the mops ready, the brooms ready. You feel me? You're going to be ready. Because you know you're being chosen for this takeover, to take over this industry. And whatever it is that you don't really like, that's what's getting thrown your way. So you're trying to be very careful with your thoughts and how you pray and how you protect yourself. You are not going to let negative thoughts consume you, or negative conversations or gossip. You're really working hard on how you speak to yourself. And I feel like you guys are really good about that. But if you are having health issues, if you are having family issues, if you are having relationship issues, they could have gotten carried away. Like your negative thoughts could have just, we can't always control the first thought, but we can control the second. Maybe you were like, I'm not even controlling the third. Oops. But now you're working on that. Now you are working on that. Like, I need to protect myself. I need to work on my affirmations. Maybe you guys know, you guys could be ADHD like me, and your mind goes, like all these things. And when my mind is doing that, I'm like, oh, let me listen to my affirmation track. Okay. For those of you that are new here, we use the Parrot app. The Parrot app is free. Parrot like the bird. And it's a free app where you can record your voice. You can record your own affirmations. You can record your own ask-formations, your own prayers. Whatever's motivating to you, you can record and it will play back to you on a loop. So let's say I wake up in the morning and I'm not looking forward to like the work that I have to do or things that I have to do like right out of the gate. I'm saying my prayers. I'm thinking about the things that I'm grateful for. I'm setting the intention that it's going to be a great day, that I'm going to meet great people, and that I'll be divinely protected every step of the way. And then I'm listening to my affirmations for 20, 30, 40, maybe even an hour. Depends on how upset I am. Okay? You know what I mean? It's PARROT. For those of you guys that are new. We use that app to record our affirmations and it plays it back to you on a loop, and it's amazing if you want to listen to the affirmations in your own voice. So like for me, I like to add music. I like to add 432 hertz to mine, and it's good when your mind is trying to run away with you and your subconscious is a program that's always running to try to feed it some information. On top of that, ask-formations, to ask your subconscious those questions and have it prove it be a fact to you, or why it's not a fact. So I'm trying to think of what some good ask-formation. We haven't done ask-formations in a while. Okay? The subconscious is a proving mind. So if you say, well, why did that job go to crap? Your subconscious is going to be like, well, that job went to crap because all those people suck. You hate it there. Da 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 da. Like it'll name all the things. So we do ask-formations here because we're trying to at least program some positive questions. Why is my life so amazing? Subconscious is going to be like, well, your life is amazing because you're with the person that you love. Your children love you. You have your purpose. You feel fulfilled. Blah, blah, blah. All those things. So that's why we ask ourselves more positive questions, because your subconscious is going to run on a hamster wheel of, let me prove that to you right now. Your subconscious is calling. What are you asking it? What are you programming it with? What are you showing it subliminally You're going to be really tuning into that. So yeah, it's time for healing, not war. There are a lot of people, they don't want you starting this revolution. For those of you that are in your purpose, you already know. You already know that they're building up teams to come against you and to make you feel irrelevant, and it'll never happen. It will never happen because whoever I'm speaking to, you don't give up. You do not give up. So a good affirmation. Why are things always working out for me? Okay. Another one you could do is, isn't it amazing? Isn't it awesome? Isn't it wonderful? I don't know why it's Mercury and this full moon that I can't even think of like the normal affirmations I would tell you guys. But you guys got this. Like, why am I so loved? Why is my life amazing? Why is today going to be great? Okay. Why is this weekend going to be great? Why is this cycle closing going to be amazing? Because you are diligent, because you are persistent, because you have the stamina, because you are devoted, because your hard work is paying off, because you are mindful, and you deserve this continual harvest. You've been patient and you've put in the effort times 10. Okay, so a lot of people want to mess with you. They're going to get the bull and the horns of your angels and your ancestors. I don't know if they got the memo, but they're going to get the bull and the horns of your angels and your ancestors. Every hurricane comes to an end. Whatever hurricane you guys have been dealing with, again, in the next 1 to 3 days, no, few days, so 48 hours, I guess, you're going to be getting confirmation and clarification on a couple of concerns that have been really eating away at you, where you've been waiting on results, or you've been waiting on answers, or you've been waiting on a phone call, or you've been waiting on some news. This hurricane that's had your head in a blender is going to be coming to an end. You're going to be getting some resolution. You're getting something resolved. You're getting the clarity that you need. And I'm seeing that you guys are eager to pick up that phone and figure out, like, what is going on? What can I do here to make this better? And I'm really proud of you guys. Okay. Is there anything else? I am also seeing that you guys are done holding on to things way too tightly. I'm seeing that you are done with holding on to people way too tightly, and you're learning the art of detachment. You're not wanting to be around people where you have to be extremely strategic and watch every step and know, and am I being fair? Like, no. You are counting your blessings. And this season, you only want to be around people where you are counting your blessings. And again, you are the reboot that is going to help so many become iconic. Help them reboot their life. Help them build their 10 of Pentacles. Help them find the love of their life. And to see how they want to be treated and respected in life. And you are that motivator. You are a gladiator. You are a savage. You are starting a revolution that will stand the test of time. Tale as old as time. Because you made the change long ago and you have not given up. Capiche? Okay. I love you guys so much. Don't forget about the Parrot app. That's a great app for you guys to use. Let's see. When the live stream ends, the message that you guys can comment if you made it to the end, okay? If you made it to the end, I want you guys to drop motorcycles and skulls because you are ready to vroom. You are ready to speed towards this rebirth. You are ready. You have been ready, okay? So the skulls and the motorcycles are you guys being ready for your rebirth. And I will try to acknowledge as many of those after the live stream ends as possible. Okay, you guys, if you are on Patreon or members only, you guys are next up on deck. So be checking your notifications. If you guys are looking for exclusive content, Patreon link is down below. That is the biggest library of exclusive ad-free content, and it's the most bang for your buck. It's only $11.11 a month. And that's like literally cheaper than any fast food meal that you can get on your own. And what else? I think that's it. So yeah, remember, if you're on Patreon or members only, they're two separate things. You guys have access to those libraries, whatever one you're a part of, okay? They're two different things. If you're on Patreon, as long as you are paying your membership, you have access to all of the ad-free content. If you are on members only, you have access to all of that content ad-free as long as you're a member. So just remember that when you're waiting for the next one to come out, you have a whole library of things. If you're on Patreon, you have a 2-year library. If you are members only, you have a 1-year library. Okay? Members only gets only 2 early access videos a month, and then extra content that I share through members only VIP subscribers. And Patreon gets 4 videos and bonus videos, and they get their own content. It's not content that goes to one platform and then goes to YouTube. Patreon gets their own content, and it doesn't ever go on YouTube, like, ever. But anyways, I thought I would explain that because we have a lot of new besties. We got a lot of new subscribers, and I just wanted to like give you guys the whole spiel. And I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. Expect clarity, expect peace. I look forward to reading your guys' comments, and I think that's it. Don't let these mother effers get you down. These hurricanes are coming to an end. You can see right through people, and you were chosen for this industry. You were chosen to take over this industry. So keep letting go of the toxic people, because you don't need to be dominated or treated like garbage. You are allowed to protect yourself and to accept good support, angelic support. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you guys? I think that's it. When the live stream ends, drop your favorite affirmations. Practice what you want to affirm. Drop your favorite ask-formations. Practice saying what you want to say to a community. There will be hundreds of messages where we'll all be dropping our affirmations if you made it to the end of the video, and how the message resonated with you guys. I think that's it. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell. Duh, you do not want to miss out, because nowadays I don't be going live very often. You already know. Yeah, bestie, I am the test, the bait, the trap. Oh my gosh, you're familiar. Love you guys. Bye.